Hi, and welcome to the Knuckleball Prime Time. Whoa, that's way loud. Let me go down a little bit. Fellas, it
Yeah,
is
brother.
here. This is the best weekend in football. If you're a football fan, a real football fan, this is the best weekend for it, right? Welcome to championship weekend.
Dude, I'm geeked.
Hey, you're good on the audio.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so we got the Mox here, joined with Micah from Birds and Swords and Knuckleball
Zip,
Prime Time,
zip.
and Chuck from the Chris Sable Power Hour. Chuck, how are you, man?
Hey, I'm good, buddy.
Haven't seen you
I'm
in a little bit.
excited.
You been doing good?
I've been doing good, man. Really good.
Great.
Yeah.
Football.
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 And I'm joined with a couple Bills fans.
Yeah, I did
Yeah.
not know Micah was a Bills fan, but I'm very happy.
Let me
Oh,
tell
you,
my let me tell my Bills fandom background first, so
Oh,
I don't
okay.
seem like a bandwagoner.
No, I got one
I
too,
feel
so go
like I
ahead.
shouldn't be afraid of that, but I am. Obviously, I was a Rams fan, and the year after they left, I had this period of time where I entertained Jacksonville because I thought there was a chance they could move to St. Louis. There was a lot of
Yeah.
relocation talks with the Jaguars around that time. So I played with that for a while. I was like, man, I need a team. And it was 2018. That's the year they drafted Josh Allen. And before the Rams came to St. Louis, I was a Bills fan. Like when I first started watching football, it was like Monday Night Football, and it was in the era of leading into that 1990 Super Bowl when they started losing Super Bowls. That's when I first started watching football. And I loved Thurman Thomas and Steve Tasker and Andre Reed. And, I loved everybody. I guess partially because they were on TV and they were available, but to the point where I was really, really rooting for them. And then they started playing the Cowboys and everybody hated the Cowboys. And it got to the point where I had the Bills starter jacket. So I'm like
yeah,
12
yeah.
years old. So all of this happened. Like I was a Bills fan. And then they drafted Josh Allen. I didn't know. He had the big arm and everything. I was like, man, I used to love the Bills. This seems like a good time to get in. It's blue collar. They're really likable. They're kind of rebuilding the team. So that's when, and you can ask my buddy, that's when I turned on notifications for the Bills, was like the night of the draft when they drafted Josh Allen. And we didn't even know. And Josh Allen sucked for like his first year and a half.
Yeah.
Like he was
Yeah.
terribly inaccurate. Everybody was dogging him, thinking he was going to be a bust. So I sat through all that, and I would say it doesn't feel the same as Cardinals fandom, but
Yeah.
I definitely pay attention. I watch the injuries, I catch every game. I just really, really want them to go to the Super Bowl and win it finally. So, like, I feel all of those things. So that's my Bills fandom. Love the Bills. And it's hard
Let me
not to.
defend myself then too. Well, when I was a kid, I grew up in Jacksonville. It was before the Jaguars. Didn't have the Jaguars. Tampa was too far, and they were brutal back then.
Yeah, the
And
creamsicles.
yeah, Miami was too far. So in that area, you kind of didn't have a team; you just picked one. And but down in the South, you love college football. College football is king in the South. And growing up in Florida, you love one, you hate the other two between the Miami Hurricanes, Florida Gators, and Florida State Seminoles. I was a Miami Hurricanes fan, and by about when I was getting into the NFL, the guy that when I started watching the Hurricanes, the quarterback was Jim Kelly. Fast
Yeah,
forward,
yeah.
boom, Bills, and then they're good. Like, okay, let's do this. And then hadn't been great since then until now. I mean, other than four Super Bowl losses. But I had to pretend to be a Rams fan for a while, and thank God that's over. Oof. That was brutal years. I mean, there was a couple years good, but for the most part, my God.
There's that famous video of when Josh Allen was drafted. You guys know what I'm talking
Oh, yeah. And
about?
everybody's like,
No, they're like
Yeah,
crying and
no.
screaming. And then, like, where are those guys at right now, right?
Yeah.
right. That's a pretty good quarterback class, man. Baker Mayfield,
Yeah.
Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. Jesus.
Yep.
Me and Micah did a live stream maybe a couple weeks ago now.
Yeah.
And you were actually in the comments, Chuck. And that's why we wanted to invite you here today to talk a little football. But we were talking about how there's so many teams right now that need a quarterback. And this year's quarterback, I mean, I don't know if these guys, even the top two guys and you're a Miami guy, so you tell us
Yeah.
you probably watched it more than we have.
Cam
But
Ward.
yeah, are these guys legit? I mean, I think it's a pretty rough year for quarterbacks as
It's
far as the
pretty rough,
draft
man.
goes.
It's pretty
If
rough. I don't.
if Cam Ward is the second quarterback taken, he'll be awesome because that's what the trend has been.
Yeah, yeah,
CJ
no kidding,
Stroud was
right?
taken
Yeah.
second, and Jaden Daniels was
Caleb
taken
Williams had a
second.
sneaky okay year. That team was just coached so
Yeah.
poorly. I've never seen like clock management. I've
Oh
never
yeah.
seen things like that. It's unbelievable what happened with that team. But
Yeah, I'm not selling my stock on Caleb Williams yet.
yeah.
He hasn't had an opportunity, and also Bryce Young. We
Oh,
s- we, we saw some times this year where he played not very good, and times where he played pretty good.
I was still in on Bryce Young all the way, and then he finally started making everybody else a believer at the end. In college, I'm a pretty good judge of quarterback coming out of college, and Bryce Young, I mean, he checks all the boxes. I wasn't sold on Stroud. I wasn't not sold on Stroud, but the Stroud he didn't play. He played just like every other Ohio State quarterback to me. Not Barrett, I mean, whoever, until his last game in college against
Yeah.
Georgia. I was like, holy shit, this dude might be something. So I wasn't sold on him, but I was always sold on Bryce Young, and he's just got such a brutal cast around him.
Yeah. That plays so much into it. So before we get to the games, let's talk about some of these because now the Bears have the guy at the helm that they want, right? He was the number one choice, probably on everybody's board for the most part, at least a
Yeah.
very high candidate. And they got the guy from the same division, which is kind of crazy to me. Uh, do you think Caleb's going to be better because of that?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they're bringing him in for Caleb. I mean, the guy, yeah. I think they brought in the right guy for him.
He said in his
Yeah, I
press
think
conference that he's still going to have an offensive coordinator, but he's going to call the plays. So the
that's probably a
offensive
good call.
coordinator is going to, yeah, I think so too, right? Because
That's why they hired him, I feel like,
Yeah. Yeah, I guess
for the
so.
play calling.
so the coordinator is going to sort of get all the preparation done and see what schemes and schematics they want to use against the team. And then I guess there's, some conversations of I like this. And then Ben's going to be calling the plays. I think that's the right choice, right? Especially bringing in an offensive guy for what you think is the future with Caleb. And I think the Bears still think that.
Oh, yeah. Good Lord, yeah. Like I say, the dude, I think he said like he had the most consecutive passes in the NFL at one point without an interception as a rookie. I think something like that. He only threw like 5 or 6 all year. I think he had some really good games too. But then again, he had a good cast. He's got a good supporting cast. I don't know
He
how they
does.
went winning games.
Yeah, that
They
some of that game management was comical.
Unreal. The one on Thanksgiving was just I could not believe what I was watching.
they're going to need some offensive line help though, for sure. And Ben
Oh
Johnson
yeah.
doesn't fix that just automatically. So they're going to have to work on
Yeah.
that because they're like the worst.
Yeah, and he was running for his life. He barely had any time to get anything out. I think the physical attributes are there. He needs some development, and I actually think this is the right call for the Bears. I'm just surprised they got him because the in division thing, as close as he still is with Dan Campbell, it sounds like
Yeah.
when they talk about each other, that's a
Yeah,
little
that is wild.
surprising, right?
Yeah.
Like one of your best buddies goes, and now you guys are going to be competing against each other. You don't see that a lot.
I mean, you gotta be supportive of your friend. Finally get that job that he's been waiting on. I mean, but then again, this dude probably could have took any job.
Yeah,
Well,
So,
speaking of
yeah.
not friends, he called out LaFleur in his press conference.
yeah.
Oh
It's pretty
boy.
crazy. They don't even know each other as far as everyone knows. Like it's different if you're like jawing up a buddy or something. Like, yeah, I look forward
Yeah.
to beating so and so twice a year. But he has no idea who LaFleur is. So I'm interested to see how that's going to play out.
Me and Micah did talk about this a couple weeks ago on that live stream, and I said it had to be this year for the Lions.
Yeah.
No,
Now
yeah.
that they've lost
Yeah.
both coordinators, and I know they were super beat up and weren't near their full potential as far as players being available. But looking forward, do you think they can get back to where they want to be? I don't know.
I think they'll still be good, but they'll definitely take a step back. They'll still be good. They'll still win 10 games probably. I worry about we've probably seen the well, I don't worry, but we've probably seen the best of Jared Goff. I can't imagine he's going to play better outside of the 2 dump truck games he put up, but I don't feel like we're going to see him play better than he did last year.
Well, that right there sums up like what you just said. because now that they were in the driver's seat, they lost. Now all the questions start going crazy. Now it's like time to tear them down. Like what you were just saying about Jared Goff, he's played amazing the last couple of years. He has a couple bad games, and now everybody's just going to be calling for him to leave, to get out of there. And then the next step is, of course, all the coaches leave, and then the next guy comes in. They don't score 40 points a game, get him out. Like it's time to tear him down. Unfortunately,
what happened to Chuck? You know the college guys. Whatever happened to what's his name, Hendon Hooker?
Hendon Hooker. I don't know because he's not even the backup, is he?
Right?
Yeah, he's not even the backup. I don't know what happened to him.
Because I thought he was going to be like sneaky. That was a sneaky good draft
I did too.
pick, but I guess not.
I'll tell you, it was a sneaky good draft pick. Somebody got to get their hands on Joe Milton.
Yeah, I heard the scenario was the Browns wanted to take Travis Hunter at the top, and Milroe would be around close to the top of the second, and they'd get them both, and then destroy their lives.
No, Milton. Joe Milton for the Patriots, due to start the last game of this year for the Patriots.
Oh, right.
Dude, that kid,
bad.
He looked
totally
amazing.
Right. Yeah, you're totally right.
Yeah, he looked good in college, and he looked amazing that last game.
Yeah.
You know, my favorite thing about the NFL season has been Will Levis.
Oh, God.
That's your favorite thing?
Dude, all the memes and just the decision making, and I don't know, just all the memes have been cracking me up, man.
Dude, if Tennessee can get rid of that pick, man, I don't know who they'd pick at the top. I mean, it's Sanders, Shadur Sanders. I don't know how they're going to get better. I don't know if he's going to be any good or not. There's no like generational talent at the top to me.
No,
it's a deep draft though. Like it's a real deep running back draft.
Yeah. If you can move back and get picks,
it's just not a quarterback draft.
Right. And they need a quarterback.
Yeah.
So speaking of Detroit coordinators, Aaron Glenn returns back to the Jets, the team that he played for. He was high on a lot of people's list. He was one of the first ones that seemed to pretty much interviewed everywhere that had a job opening. Ends up at the Jets, which brings up what now? Do we do something with Aaron Rodgers? Do we try to trade him? And what's the plan with Rodgers moving forward?
I would say that he's got to be done, man. I don't know. It's he was going for the milestone. He got that. What was the 500 touchdowns or whatever? He got that. I mean, just buddy. The bad thing is the team's loaded.
Yes.
I don't see how Glenn is I don't see how Glenn is an upgrade from even Robert Saleh.
Saleh, really. Exactly.
If
you're going to hire Glenn,
he went to San Francisco, and that's probably going to be a problem.
Oh yeah, Saleh did.
Yeah, D coordinator.
Yeah, that's where he was from in the first place.
But as far as the Jets, I don't know. Their defense might be good again because they weren't good last year for some reason, even though they had all that talent.
If you're going to hire Glenn, keep Saleh. I mean, it's the same thing.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Basically the same dude. They hired the same dude back.
As far as Rodgers, like personally, like his personal view, he's got such an ego and all that. There's no way he wants to go out like this. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like I don't feel like he'll allow it to happen. He's got to try another year or another team or something. I can't see him walking away. He should have walked away when he was walking down the tunnel with Randall Cobb. Is what should have happened.
That should have been it.
That's it. Had the shot. Got it.
That's the end.
He should have walked out as a Packer, got his statue in front of the Lambeau Field. One team guy, man, that'd have been perfect.
Yep.
Yeah, it's very clear that ego has played a significant role in the later half of his career. And I've said this before. It's like when it first happened, when it was, all the him going on McAfee, it was like, wow, really? But man, it was such a blessing in disguise. And there was a part of me as a Packers fan that was relieved. I'm just tired of the drama because at the time we didn't even know if Jordan Love was really that good. He'd only played, a little bit on when Rodgers was hurt or was out a little bit, and then like preseason, and he didn't look that great. But we were just, I'm speaking for all Packer Nation, I guess, but just so tired of the drama.
You are an owner. You're an owner.
Yeah. Somewhere. We do have somewhere.
We do have a comment. From Zach, says Bo Nix for president 2028.
Young QB with a lot of potential there. Good coach.
Oh yeah. He looked really good. If it wasn't for Daniels, heads hands
It's that
down.
whole, it's that whole I've had a zillion college snaps pays
Dude,
off when going to
I
the
swear to
NFL
God,
situation.
he's been playing college for 10 years. I don't understand how, because I was like, when I see him at Oregon, I was like, there's another dude named Bo Nix, because there was always a Knicks quarterback somewhere, it seemed like,
Yeah.
at Auburn, wherever. And I was like, they named another one of them kids Bo. That's weird. I didn't know it was the same dude until halfway through the season. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
He looked good though, man. He did a lot with nothing. He did what Allen does now. I don't know how, dude. That Bills team would be 4-13 without him at
Yeah.
best.
Denver has good defense.
Yes.
Yeah, they got a lot of good things going for them, except for the division that they're in. That's the only thing really working against them.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be tough. I think there's a lot of promise there, though.
Yeah.
I'll be interested to see what kind of moves they make as far as getting him some help on offense.
That conference, dude. Sorry if I'm jumping the gun on this, but Pete Carroll?
Yeah, let's
For
get
that
into
division?
it.
What?
Yeah, we could transition to Pete Carroll.
Pete Carroll's like,
A youthful 74 years old.
he's like
Yeah.
93 or something, but he acts 67.
Oh, he does, yeah.
He runs
Yeah.
a 4.540 still.
I'm sure.
Is that an upgrade?
For now, I think they want to be relevant for a second again, or at least compete for a second. It's been a while. That it gets you some short term, maybe.
It's hard to recover from from getting Josh Daniels all over you. That's gross. It's going to take years for that.
Scrubbing that off of.
Josh McDaniels, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gross.
They only have two players on the whole team.
Yeah,
Crosby
And Brock
tight end.
Bowers is both of them. Yeah.
yeah.
And I heard somebody talk about this, so this isn't an original thought, but I totally co-sign on it. Is like the Brady effect of this is probably a little bit overstated because he's not going to play quarterback for him. We've had plenty of successful people be in the front office, and maybe it's a competitive spirit, and maybe there's a little bit of influence of like, oh, Brady's a part of it now. But all this conversation about Brady and all this, it's just, I think it's a bit overstated.
Yeah.
I would think he would have a big hand in deciding who the quarterback's going to be, though. Don't you?
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, just because he won as a quarterback doesn't mean that he knows how to pick them.
Yeah, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's a lot of failures. Michael Jordan, Derek Jeter.
Yes.
Good
Yeah.
mood on the other side.
It's not like there's some precedent set that if you're some superstar and you're on the team, that it's going to.
I mean, it could be Russ. Russ could go over there, but for some reason, I feel like Pete Carroll hates Russell Wilson. I don't know if that's ever been said. I just get that
Really?
maybe due to his exit or something. Plus, Russell Wilson's really weird and detached in the locker room and stuff, right? It's almost like the Barry Bonds
nobody
thing,
likes
like
him.
he has his own office or recliner or some shit.
He's a weirdo.
He is weird.
He's just a weird, freaky dude.
He's definitely weird.
Yeah. You ever hear the story about how Pete Carroll told him, because he was a third, fourth round pick, whatever he was, and they had just signed Matt Flynn, the one that had that good game for the Packers, that week 16 game, 17 game. There's like 6 touchdowns, and Seattle gave him a big contract. And then they drafted Wilson like the fourth, whatever round it was. And practice comes, or training camp comes, and they're head to head going at it. And nobody thought that Russell Wilson had a chance to be the starting quarterback. And before the first game, he said that Russell Wilson said Pete Carroll was outside playing basketball with his shirt off. And they're like, go outside and talk to Pete. And he's outside just shooting baskets. And he just starts passing the ball. He's like, shoot. And they're just shooting. And he's out. Pete goes, how'd you like to be starting quarterback? Yeah. Okay, you are. That's a hell of a business meeting right there. Need some old man with his shirt off.
Steelers. What do the Steelers do?
I want to say this about the Raiders, though.
Yeah.
They have nothing on that team. Nothing. And I know they had a bad record. They stayed competitive in a lot of games, and I don't know how. That quarterback, or the Antonio Pierce, needs a little bit more praise for that. I don't know how he had them competitive in a lot of games.
Or how good Crosby is, because he's double teamed every single play.
Yeah. Are you kidding, man? He's ridiculous.
He's got some good mic'd up videos.
Crosby does? Oh, I bet he does.
Yeah, he can trash talk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the one where he's talking to the court, or I think maybe Purdy or somebody was giving.
There's one with Gardner Minshew. the little ass boy stuff. He's like, he keeps calling me little ass boy.
There's one where the quarterback is calling an audible and he's standing up and he's like, they don't know what you're saying. They don't know the play. Like he's talking to the quarterback. It was
I
really
know what
funny.
you're talking about. Yeah.
That's funny.
He's yelling.
Wouldn't it be weird to find out that Brock Purdy's like Larry Bird, like he's the biggest trash talker in the NFL one day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks like little boy that delivers your paper.
Yeah.
Talk about a team that was banged up, right?
Oh God, yeah, that is unreal. I bet they feel bad about giving Brandon Ayuk all that money, man. When they gave it to him last year, I was like, "Ooh, you're gonna regret that, man."
Vrabel.
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 I'm surprised we didn't start with Liam Cohen.
Oh, really?
Just kidding. Go ahead.
I was gonna say.
Yeah,
Returns to the Patriots.
right. It's where he needs to be.
Yep. Ray Charles could have seen that one coming.
Yeah, yeah. I liked it. It's like the Robert Kraft was saying about Gerard Mayo on the way out because I think he just basically fired him just because he wanted Vrabel. I mean, Mayo didn't do anything wrong. And he's just like, oh, I just put him in an untenable situation. I said, dude, just say, dude, Vrabel's awesome. And I wanted him. That's all I say. We all get it, man. We get it.
Is he in their ring of fame or whatever?
Yeah, this year.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I think it happened this year. And he was even in or was it last year maybe? When he was giving the speech or whatever, he kept saying, we, like Patriots, we. And I think he was head coach of the Titans at the time. Everybody's like, we, you know.
What are you doing?
So I think that's kind of probably been in the works for a while.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
And I think they're a team on the uptick too.
I agree.
They look good.
Good draft position this year. Looks like they got their quarterback, got their coach.
Yeah.
They got
Drake
that
made it
stud.
definitely
They got
good.
that stud corner. He was injured most of this year. What's his name? Christian Gonzalez or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Christian Gonzalez, Morgan. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
They're definitely loads.
They got rid of Judon. I couldn't believe that. I love watching that dude play. Where the hell did he go? I can't. No, he came from the Ravens. I don't know where he went.
Yeah, I don't either.
But God, he was an awesome Patriot. He's a bad dude. But yeah, they got it. They're sitting where they need to be at this point in their rebuild.
Hey, if you're tuning into this, hit us up in the comments. We see Amish, your boy Amish, Chuck. He's blowing you up in the comments.
Oh, sorry, buddy. I'm not even.
Yeah.
Support Bill's Mafia. But I bet you are.
Yeah.
I bet you're. Yeah, Amish gotta hate Chiefs.
Yeah, you want to get into these games?
We're just skipping Liam Cohen. Huh?
Oh, yeah. Cohen.
Cohen went to the Jaguars. We can move on now.
That's what you had?
The job no one wanted. I mean, you're just set up for failure pretty much. You got to play half your games in London and stuck with the salary of an average quarterback, and just rough.
Yeah, you
hired
just
in a season or two.
You just
probably
paid
a really nice guy.
The next Vinny Testaverde, the third most money in the NFL. That's a good plan.
And the Saints, I guess, are the last one. They still don't have a coach, right?
No, it's not. I don't think so.
Mike McCarthy, maybe. I mean, what else is left?
We got the we got the Cowboys.
Yeah, that's right.
What a brutal, horrible hire.
Yeah.
What are they thinking? That dude was the worst offensive coordinator the Rams ever had. Worst offensive coordinator anybody's ever had. He's terrible. Thank God, because I hate the Cowboys.
Jerry Jones. I mean, this has been the conversation for feels like 15 years. He's lost his mind. He is so behind. You are the premier brand in all of sports.
Yeah.
Even with the mess that organization is, people still want to be there.
Yeah.
And it takes you forever to even have the conversation with McCarthy, and then that takes forever, and you've already missed out on some potentials. It's a nightmare. It's awful.
Yeah, and he's 100 years old. He should want to win right now so we can see it.
Yeah, he's not gonna. He's not
no.
gonna. It's just terrible. And I mean, and talk about ego. I mean, that's all ego there and power control and everything. But it's just, I mean, he's like loyal to a fault, with like Dak and giving them money and stuff. It's just it's a mess. It's gonna be years before they're even. And remember last year how good they were? Was that last year?
Yeah. They were unreal.
The Packers.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate because they're wasting some careers of some really, really good players.
Oh,
Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb, yeah.
Mike Parsons.
Michael
There's some good.
Parsons. Oh, that dude's fucking bad. You ever hear the story about him? They had to basically wrestle him to the ground so he wouldn't draft Johnny Manziel. He was coming up there to pick, and he's like, I'm picking Manziel. They're like, no, you're not, dude. You're not picking that dude. We know he's insane.
Yeah.
And yeah, they basically was like holding his ass down. I think they picked Zach Martin, which has been an all pro for him since then.
Man, a mess. Just a mess of a situation. I actually liked the Dion talk with that because one, everybody talks about like Dion's not the X and O's guys, type of guy. He's not that. He's more of a leader of men and kind of, build the locker room together. And I think more than anything, that's what they need right now because, Michael Parsons is going on his podcast talking about this and that. And just and CeeDee Lamb's unhappy, which you can understand. And then the Dak situation, you need somebody come in and, who's like an alpha male and kind of like, hey, this is how it's going to be.
Most of the culture coaches win. Like Tomlin and Harbaugh, like usually that works in the NFL. And you're right, Dion would be that kind of guy. And you can get somebody to call your plays.
Yes.
Dude, he got the #1 recruit in the nation to go to was it Jackson State or whatever?
Yeah.
He was ever he had #1 recruit in the nation to go to Jackson State. That dude can lead anybody.
Yeah.
He can he'll be there soon. He probably dodged a bullet not taking entertaining the Cowboys job.
Or yet, maybe.
Well, yeah. Schottenheimer was done in a year. He's a brutal coach.
But think how good that would have been for like CeeDee Lamb.
Oh, yeah.
Right? It needs somebody like that he respects.
Yeah.
And somebody that knows what it's like being, one of the top guys in the league and one of the best athletes in the league.
Yeah.
I think you're going to get a better result out of something like that. It's just, I don't know. Jerry's just so behind on the time, so late with his decision making, and just
they screwed CeeDee Lamb over so bad this year. They absolutely had no running back. No running back. They made their team one-dimensional and just put CeeDee Lamb on an island. He had nobody even to – Brandon Cooks was hurt most of the year. He had nobody to help him out. I mean, and he still put up numbers. He's got to get the hell out of there, but I think he just signed a big contract, so he's probably screwed for a while.
Yeah, I think he's in like year 2 of 4 or something.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
We cover all the new hires?
I think so. Unless the Saints hired somebody this morning. I think it's
no, I think we're good.
all I know. The latest was the Robert Saleh defensive coordinator to the Niners, because I think that was just yesterday afternoon.
What about Mike?
I never said my piece on Liam Cohen, the Liam Cohen hire.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I'm done.
There it is.
I'm done.
He was the offensive coordinator for Tampa.
Yeah, Baker's the man there.
Baker.
You think it's more Baker than him?
Baker and oh yeah, dude. Look what he was doing whenever Godwin and Evans was out. Somehow he was still winning. That dude, man, he can play.
He can.
Yeah, and it was unfortunate with Godwin. He was raking.
He was on
5 games.
fire.
He was like the leading receiver. Yeah.
Yeah.
Baker's like fun to watch. Baker's awesome. He just need to get out of Cleveland, I guess. He's been pretty good everywhere else. Even that one game with the Rams or whatever it was, he was awesome. He's just
That's probably a pretty good recipe for anybody is to just get out of Cleveland and you'll be all right.
Yeah.
Montario Hardesty might have been the best running back we ever saw, but he played in Cleveland.
Championship Sunday?
Sure is.
Yeah.
Here we go.
We are 2.5 hours from kickoff. You want to get into game number 1?
Yeah, you want the overs and all that?
Yeah.
Eagles Commanders, 2 p.m. on Fox. Comes in at Washington plus 230. Total at 47.5. And then Philly's given 6 on the spread.
Are you guys surprised by Jaden Daniels this year?
Yeah.
The kid, first, I'm going to have a hard time with this Commanders thing. I'm not trying to be dramatic, but I just always say Redskin. I'm going to try not to. I'm going to try to say Commander. So if I just say Redskin.
Canceled.
But I know it'll be canceled.
Football team.
Well, I'll tell you that I can't believe that the Eagles are favored to win the Super Bowl at this point.
Yeah, it is a little
I'm
interesting.
I'm blown away by that because I think they're going to get beat by the Commanders.
Oh, do you?
I
Okay.
do. That
What makes you think that?
well, I think that Hurts is hurt. He
Yeah.
didn't. He's looked really shaky the last 2 games, and he's quit throwing to AJ Brown. I don't know. I know that they had a tip
Yeah,
at the
what
end of
is
the
happening
season.
there?
He just stopped throwing to him.
Oh,
I don't know if he hates that book he's reading or what, but he just stopped. And so I mean, like 2 of your best weapons are gone. I love their defense. Their defense is unbelievable, but man, that Jaden Daniels, dude, when you have a running quarterback that can throw like that, it's hard as hell to deal with.
And he's cool too. That's a big part of it. He is cool.
Oh yeah, calm, cool under pressure, man.
Yep. Yep. That's such a big part of it because he just never gets rattled. And it's not just on his face, it's in his gameplay. Like,
Yeah,
dude just
and he
doesn't.
don't have that much to work with. He's got McLaurin.
Yeah.
Other than that, Diami Brown, Olamides Zaccheaus. I mean, who?
Yeah. Who
I
are
don't
these?
know. He's making it work though, man.
Yeah.
if you didn't know he was a rookie, you would not think that at all.
Oh, right, yeah.
The way he, stays just calm and cool and collected on the field and
Yeah,
off the field too.
we know that style of play can work, buddy. Lamar Jackson is an unstoppable beast. Well, he got stopped, but you know what
Yeah.
I
I
mean.
was gonna say just got stopped.
I mean, it just not the play.
I don't know. I don't know.
You think he's gonna be better than Lamar?
No. Lamar's unbelievable. But I was just thinking about that drop pass.
Oh, true, yeah.
I mean, what a
Look,
throw!
I'm a Bills
throw
fan,
was
but
there.
I'm a Bills fan, but there was some shit that if that all the turnovers and stuff, the Bills they didn't outplay them.
No,
They just got some turnovers and shit like that. But I think they'll beat the Chiefs.
we are lucky. I mean, this is sort of. Is my mic so hot? We're lucky to see some of these games that we're getting, especially in the AFC.
Oh, there's the best 2 teams in football to me.
These teams are just ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know, you have how many like. I mean, when we talk in like player of the year MVP, like
Oh, yeah.
just take one, and everybody at this point sort of deserves it. So these teams are just unbelievable, phenomenal. I'm so stoked for today.
I am
It's going to
too.
be fun.
Yeah, I am too. It's gonna be a good 7 hours of football for sure.
Yeah.
I took the Eagles. I think they're a more complete team. Saquon, you have to account for him. That opens up things. Yeah, the Hurts thing, I get he's hurt and he's not a great passer anyway, but you still have to account for it. There is big playability there. It doesn't happen much other than Saquon.
Yeah.
But I still think you have to account for it. And that line, more than anything, both offensive and defensive lines, it's ridiculous. So I got the Eagles.
I'm taking the Eagles as well. I wouldn't bet against them to lose the game. I will take Washington covering the spread though, so I think it'll be close. I mean, the spread's 6, so I think we're looking at a 24-20, something like that kind of game. But I will still take the Eagle. I mean, I just feel like Saquon's just on a mission to carry them to a Super Bowl. And that's probably what we'll see. The Philly defense, especially in the outside and the secondary, is so good. Plus Jalen Carter, anything in the middle, I think can hold the Commanders to 20-ish points, and that might be enough for them to win.
Unfortunately, Washington's biggest Achilles heel on defense is defending the run. And they have the best running back in the world this year.
You mentioned the injury earlier. I would just load up on stopping Saquon and make Jalen Hurts walk around and meet you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Championship Sunday.
Like I said, hey girls.
Hey, there they are.
Yeah. Doing it up.
Yeah, I'll just mute myself.
Happy football Sunday.
He's muted.
Thank you.
Oh.
What's everybody eating today?
What are we having today? What's mom
Eating
made?
anything awesome?
Hawaiian bird sandwiches.
Hawaiian bread sandwiches.
Ooh,
Oh,
can't say no to that. Like a hot ham and cheese kind of situation, or
There you go.
Pretty much, yeah. We're having a little bit of a family day. We're having a new boyfriend over to watch the games with us.
Woo!
Ooh, what's his name?
What's
Say
his
it
name?
loud on the radio so everybody can hear. No,
Uh,
don't say it. I'm just kidding. Don't say
yeah.
it.
So we get to meet the new boyfriend today, which we're excited about. And I'm gonna see how well he knows football, and that's gonna be important, right?
Oh yeah, of course,
We're
of
gonna read
course.
some cover two defense and some see how many they load the box up with, and I'm gonna test him. So we're gonna find out today.
He'll be like, "Hey, I've seen your picture in the trophy case at high school."
Yeah, I'm a Hall of Famer now. So hey,
Yeah, that's cool. That's
Yeah,
fun.
you're
I put
good,
some chili in the crock pot this morning, so I'm doing chili today and
I
peanut
have
butter
no idea.
sandwiches, kind of like the old school, school lunch. You got to dip the peanut butter in the chili.
I don't know what the heck we're doing for food. I just can't wait to watch the freaking games.
Chiefs Bills.
Chiefs
Chiefs
Bills, man.
Bills, 5:30 p.m. on CBS. Who calls CBS? That's Nance and Romo.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The other game.
You
Okay.
guys like Romo?
Oh, I love Romo.
Yeah. I don't know if I love him, but I'm good with it.
Dude, I love what he can call. I love when he calls the plays out, man. I think it's great. I'm learning, man. I don't hate all these announcers like everybody else does. Everybody else hates all these announcers.
Yeah, I was
don't
going to
have
say
much
that
attention
too.
to
I
them.
don't have a ton of hate for all the color
Hey,
guys like
hey,
people do.
okay.
It's like, what do you want? You hate literally everyone.
Yeah, yeah.
You want AI to do it? So Bills Chiefs 5:30. Buffalo plus 110, so that's almost a pick 'em there. Total is 49.5 points, and Kansas City is given 2 on the spread. I haven't looked at the weather. What's the weather like down there?
Nah, it's not a factor.
Yeah, it's nice.
like
Yeah,
in the
I think it was like in the
40s or
40s, 5 to 10 mile an hour wind in the 40s. It's not a factor at all.
The games last week were awesome because of the snowy conditions.
Yeah.
That was a good
I
time.
was so happy when I seen snow in Buffalo. I was like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, and probably better that happened in the divisional round instead of the championship round, to be honest.
Oh, yeah.
So
Amish
Bills-
brings, sorry.
I was
Amish brings
just
up a
gonna-
good point in the comments section. He said Aikman calls out the refs.
That's good for the Bills.
Yeah, that's true. He's been doing that lately. Some people have been talking about it. Yeah.
What about Mahomes kind of using this NBA flopping to his advantage and slowing up on the out of bounds stuff?
That drives me insane. Insane. Dude, I'm fine with gamesmanship, man. Like if there's 12 men on the field, the dude's running like the 12th guy's sprinting off the field, and you can get the snap before he gets off the field. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's gamesmanship. But that faking lying bullshit when you're flopping out of bounds and stuff. No, that's not. That ain't gamesmanship.
Yeah, it's like you're utilizing working against people not trying to hurt you.
yeah, exactly.
Taking
Yeah,
advantage of it.
it's ridiculous, man.
It's legal and it can help win games. I get that part of it, but yeah, it's like douchey if there's a word for it. It's kind of douchey.
Yes, yeah.
He's being a little douche about it.
Aaron Rodgers in his prime was the king of making of taking advantage of gamesmanship type situations. Like the 12th guy sprinting off the field, he would get the snap real quick and have a free play, things like that. I respect the hell out of that. I respect the hell out, like in baseball, I respect the hell out of stealing signs. Just don't bang on a trash can and have a video monitor. I'm all for gamesmanship.
Then good. Yeah.
Yeah, but like don't flop around and do all that. No, I can't take that.
Yeah, there's a point where it's like too much,
Yes.
I think is what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
It becomes something different at that point.
Right. It's not gamesmanship. It's like borderline like cheating at that point. And that's cheating's too strong of a word, but I don't know the word because I'm not very good with vocabulary.
Do you think we'll see a questionable flag penalty against Mahomes today at some point? Where
Aikman and everybody calling the Chiefs out on that stuff helps the Bills, because I think that if it's borderline and stuff, they'll be like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's going to help.
What do you think about Aikman calling it out?
I like it. I mean, if anybody would know, it'd be him. I mean, he knows what he's looking at. He knows why Mahomes is doing this stuff. He knows Yeah, like I say, he knows what he's looking at. I trust him over.
Is he in trouble for it or something? No.
Oh, it's just, it's sort of that crossing the line as far as a media person and a play-by-play guy.
Yeah,
He is the color guy though, and you're asking for some opinion type of input from your color guy, right?
Like his response, like, "Oh, come on!" Like
Yeah, maybe the way
you
he's
can still
delivering it.
report on it, right? You can still report on what you're seeing and how you feel about it, but his reaction, and it was pretty instinctual, I think. Oh, come on, but I don't
Yeah.
know. I think some people had some issues with it.
it sounds like one of those things that he's just been fed up with, and finally it's
Yeah.
like, come on, like I get like that. I'll bite my tongue for a little bit, and then finally I'm like, come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's probably what it was. I mean, because this shit's been. I mean, this a lot of things like this have been. I'm not the refs cheat to win. I'm not that guy. But good lord, some of the things that have happened this year with that team is just unbelievable. But then again, it's kind of good. You got to play a perfect game to beat them. I respect that.
Yeah, and that's what it's going to take. I mean, this will be the fourth time they've met in the postseason, like in this era, I guess, or maybe it is just the fourth time.
So is this Brady versus Manning?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there's a couple of Mannings though.
Yeah.
There's Burrow is Manning, and
Yeah.
and Allen is Manning, and yeah, there's just one Brady right now.
That's what I'm saying is like I think we're super lucky with the quality of the teams that are at the top are all quality because if the Ravens are here, nobody's going to complain about that.
Right.
Just as good, sometimes better, than some of these other teams. I just think we're pretty lucky right now with the AFC in particular.
Yes. Man, it always seems to be the AFC.
Yeah, this is a good era of quarterbacks this decade or whatever that we're in. The post Brady,
Yeah.
Manning, Breeze era.
We're probably sitting in
It's
the
been
best.
really good.
This is probably the best it's been since then. I mean,
Yeah.
this is a golden age right now, really.
Then you think about Burrow, being somewhere else. I think if he was somewhere else in a better system with more help, man, he would be right up there with him. I think his play
Oh,
is
God.
incredible. And
Well,
I
he's the only
know,
one that's beat Mahomes, really.
Mhm.
I mean, other than when Brady beat him in the Super Bowl, but he's the only one that's beat Mahomes to go to the Super Bowl. The kid's unbelievable. Burrow's unreal.
he's a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah.
So is Josh Allen.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
I do think the Bills get over the hump today. I think it's
I-
close. It's not just because I'm hoping it or wishing it to come true, but I think, and this is, I know they're on the road, but this is their best shot because
Yeah.
Kansas City's like a defensive team right now, and I think they can beat that. And I think their defense will play well enough, especially now that Matt Milano's back. And not only is he back, he's at like full rep now. This is his, third game back?
Something like
He
that.
makes such a huge difference on the defense. They are out. What's his name? Taylor Rapp is out, who's basically the number one corner. So that kind of hurts. But Kansas City hasn't been wide receiver heavy all season as far as where their production's going. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what Kelsey does. But I do think they get over the hump today. I think it'll be close, but they'll win.
I've
It's got
told
to
Chuck,
happen at some point. Yeah, it's
I've
got to
told-
happen at some point. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I told Chuck this several times. When it comes to betting, I have two rules that I'd never go against, and it's boded me pretty well. And that's I always take Scotty Scheffler in top 10 in any kind of significant tournament. And I think I've done that 20 times probably, and it's always done me well. And I don't bet against Mahomes in the playoffs.
Yeah, and that's good. Yeah. Yep. I'm not betting money on the Bills today.
No. Unfortunately, no.
I think this is it. Yeah.
He's just that dude. That even if his team isn't as good, which we've seen that all year long at times, how many games have they won? It was within one score, or it's some kind of situation where there's a flag and they get an extra chance at it, and he delivers. And I don't know as a team if they're as good as the Bills, but I can't pick against the guy. He's just incredible.
He
So you're taking the Chiefs?
I am.
Taking
I
the
have
Chiefs.
money on Eagles, Chiefs. I have a parlay on both of them. Melody has the Bills, Grace has the Chiefs, and Ava has the Eagles. So we bet as a family here. So
We bet as
starting them
boy.
young. Starting them young.
yeah, there we go.
We got to make the games worth watching too when something's on the line.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's hard to bet against the Chiefs. You're right. Like I definitely don't blame you at all. But I do think this is it. Unless there's some big turnover. Because Kansas City doesn't turn the ball over like ever. They haven't turned the ball over in like 10 weeks or something crazy, I don't think.
Mahomes, he's thrown several interceptions this
I
year.
think it was most of his were like first half of the season.
Yeah,
11 picks through the first 8 games or something.
everything settled down mid-season for them. But once they got, it's like they got healthy at the end of the season and everything just started clicking. Because I kept saying they're gonna lose this week, they're gonna lose this week, and then there was one game where I was like, they won like 35-10. I was like, ah, damn it! Now they're full strength. They're fine.
And he's just so comfortable in these big games. And this is the biggest one. So
You got to be
Yeah.
up by 2 scores with 2 minutes left to beat him. If you're only up by 1 score, he gets the ball 2 minutes. He's going down to score, and it's not.
Yeah. And it seems like he always
Not
has
an
the ball
option.
last too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all right, it's unreal.
It just seems like they always manage the clock and all that just perfectly to where they've got a shot at the end.
That's
Yeah,
the whole deal. That's why you got to play
Yeah.
a perfect game to beat them, man.
So well coached. That's why they won 15 games. They took advantage of every single opportunity and turned it into a positive and won the game,
Yeah,
making a mistake and turning it around.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that's Andy Reid, right? Putting them in that position to still have several timeouts, and you have less than a minute, and you got to drive 70 yards. Well, you got the player to do it. You got the check down with Kelsey, who's going to at least catch it and get you maybe a few more yards. He's not going to break away from anything, but he can get you the first down when you need it, and still having all the timeouts with Andy Reid and the perfect play call. So that combination is deadly, man, especially
Yeah.
late in games when it's close. How many
The
times have we
Bills-
seen it with less than a minute left? And he marches 70 yards. It's crazy.
he's like Brady. If you know he needs it and he has realistic time to do it, he's going to do it. It's unbelievable.
Do you think this could be the last game we see of Travis Kelce?
Yes,
Really?
I think so.
If they lose, he's done. You think he's done either way?
I mean, fuck. He just started turning it on at the end of the
35
season.
years old.
Yeah, he started turning. I mean, he keeps that old lady. He ain't got to do his shit the rest of his life. But he if you remember the beginning of the season, he was brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brutal. I thought he was done or like mid-season, but then he turned it on at the end. Man, maybe he might just not have a lot left, and he's, I don't know, just giving it everything he's got right now. I mean, his brother just retired. He's got a bunch of Super Bowl rings. He's banging Taylor Swift. Good Lord, what else you need?
He must really, really like playing football.
Yeah, no shit. And the Chiefs will be fine. Noah Gray's pretty good, I think,
Yeah.
behind him.
And it's Andy Reid's offense. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't.
This could be it.
Yeah.
I don't
What do you think
see
about-
it.
No? You think he'll come back?
Yeah. That situation you're going to walk away from. You know what I mean?
Maybe if they win, if they three-peat, make history. Pretty good time to walk away, though.
I mean, I always love seeing players go out with a win like that. Brady, the way he did it was crazy, but just walking away after a championship is just, like the Rodgers thing. Like the exit needs to be storyline and like movie like, right? We always like that as sports fans. But it'd be so tough to walk away from almost a perfect situation. You got
To not-
one of the best quarterbacks to ever even exist. Maybe when it's all said and done, the best quarterback to ever exist. You have the head coach that is, the guru. I don't know. It's just, that would be very difficult to walk away from. Now, the other parts of his life are pretty hard to walk away from too, or at least put on the sideline for a while. But
it's got to be nice to not have to have that fall in public, that part of your career where you just you know that people are like, God, he's got to retire, man. Dude's got to retire. If he goes out like this, 90 something catches, whatever he had this year, he didn't have a lot of touchdowns, but he still was really productive. I don't know. As an athlete, I would think that it's got to be nice to not have that whole fall off where people are like, oh God, get him the hell out of here, man.
Yeah.
Withering away.
Yeah.
Do you know Andy Reid hasn't won Coach of the Year in 22 years?
What?
Yeah, that's crazy.
He won
It's like-
one of those years with the Eagles when they kept going to NFC Championship games. He won in there somewhere. Hasn't
Like,
won
what
it.
was it like? Tom Brady hadn't won Patriot MVP or team MVP or something like that
Oh,
in the
really?
Patriots for since he was a rookie or something.
That's funny.
It's kind of like, yeah, we know that. Like, we know Andy Reid's Coach of the Year. Yeah, we got that. But, I mean,
He is
No.
nominated this year. There's 5 of them, and Jim Harbaugh is not on one of those 5, which is crazy because he took the Chargers win 4 games last year, I think.
yeah,
A game or a team that has no talent on the outside.
nothing.
But at the same time, I forget what the list. I could look it up.
It's got to be the
It would be hard to kick out anybody on the list because it was like Dan Campbell, O'Connell, Sean Payton, I think.
what the hell is Washington?
Dan
Quinn.
Yeah,
Dan
Quinn.
Quinn's on
Yeah,
there.
yeah. That shit. He's
And
got
Andy Reid. I think that's the 5. Yeah.
Dan Quinn, boy, he's sneaky good damn coach.
Mhm.
My God.
He's got the style, the backwards hat and pencil and all that.
Yeah.
Well, the risk that he takes too is very Campbell-esque, right? He'll go for it on 4th down, and he's got some balls on him.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
talking about how consistent he is with all of that. Like he just never changes. Like this, players know we're going forward on 4th and 3. You know, just football as usual because it's what we do.
Man, I'm a big believer in that because if you're playing with 4 downs instead of 3, that changes everything from first and second down for sure.
Yeah.
But definitely 3rd down as well. So I as a defensive coordinator and trying to prepare for 4 downs instead of 3, that's a different kind of ball game. It just
Yeah, you
seems
can
like
run
it
on
almost
2nd and long.
yeah, it seems like it just opens up the playbook for down specific, situation specific play calling so much more because we have 4 instead of 3. I'm a believer in it.
It makes sense to me.
What was that? There was a essay by Chuck Klosterman, right? Chuck, what was that? Where there was
Yes.
a high school coach that
Never, ever, ever punted.
even inside his own 20 or something.
Yeah. Never, ever punted. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
they
I think
did
he's
like
pretty
a-
successful.
Yeah, they did in high school is different, but they did like a statistical analysis of it. And, you're talking about probability and things like that.
So
Yeah,
even on their own 15, 4th and 10, they would go for it.
Yeah.
didn't even carry
Yeah.
a punter, I don't think. They didn't even practice punting.
I'm pretty sure the dude won state championships with it. That
I think
system.
you're right. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You're seeing it more, especially with the tush push stuff, and you're seeing a lot more 4th down conversions than at least I remember from the past.
Oh, yeah.
Especially these last couple of years with the Philly thing and
Yeah.
just getting
they're
big and strong up front. Now a lot of tight ends are taking the snap. They'll motion in the
Yeah.
tight end and then give it to a beefier body, which I'd like to see that more than a quarterback putting Lamar taking that
Yeah.
snap. You don't want to get him hurt. So being kind of sort of I don't know, wildcatish, but just being clever and creative with some of the people that are taking the snap and putting themselves in a very physical situation.
Yeah.
You want to do bold predictions for each game?
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
Bold predictions.
What do you got?
What do I have? For the Bills Chiefs game, I think James is going to cook. So my bold prediction is that James Cook will have over 100 yards and 2 or more touchdowns.
2 or more.
Ooh.
I think he's going to have 2 or 3 series where he accounts for 40 of the yards. I think the Bills have committed to running the ball, and especially in the middle quarter, second quarter, third quarter, I think we're going to see a lot of him. So 100 yards, 2+ touchdowns. James Cook.
That's bold.
That's a bold one.
It's
You
supposed to be.
knew the assignment.
I knew the assignment.
Yes,
All right, Chuck.
Well, I had a bold one for the. I haven't figured out my other one yet, but I think that for the Eagles, I think they're going to go that Dallas Goedert will be their leading receiver and score a touchdown over Brown, over Smith, over anything with Barkley.
Alcantara or whoever is
Yeah.
stealing snaps. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw some of his. I never know what to do with him because there's been times where he sort of seems like the number one target. And
Yeah.
it's I can't even remember what playoff game it was. But I saw some of his player props and some of the ones that they had. I was like, oh my gosh, they really expect him to be number one target, I guess. Because I don't know, it's because of this AJ Brown thing or people reading
Washington's
books.
weak against the tight end anyway. And I don't understand the whole AJ Brown. I don't know. They just stopped throwing to him.
I know it's weird because
It's
he's
the
like,
weirdest thing, dude.
he's a top
He's
five.
like top 5 receiver in the NFL. They just stopped throwing to him.
Is it because Hurts can't? He can't throw the long ball?
I don't know.
You saw that with
Devontae
Rodgers
Smith hasn't
this
done
year.
much in the last few weeks either.
No.
I don't know.
What's been his injury? His main injury?
Who
With
hurts?
Yeah.
Knee, yeah. He's been hurt actually a lot this year. He was hurt the last time they played the Commanders.
And he had a concussion in there too. where he missed the game.
Yeah.
Maybe he's all scrambled. Doesn't know who to throw to.
Yeah. Man.
Like I said, Saquon's just carrying them, so why wouldn't you just load up the box and make Jalen
Make him beat
Hurts hobble
you.
around and beat you? Yeah.
I would have to think that that's what Washington would do. That's why I think Goddard's going to have a big day.
All right. That is a good one. It's a good one.
So mine, I don't know how much of a bold prediction this is, but it's Barkley having 3 touchdowns.
Ooh, 3 touchdowns.
Damn, that's a lot. Yeah, I would say
All
that's pretty
rushing,
bold.
1 receiving maybe.
Yeah. I don't care how he gets them. I think
Beast
he has
mode?
3. Yeah.
That's how it's
But-
been. I feel like he's carrying them to. That's going to have to be the game plan still, probably.
Yeah, and to Chuck's point too is like the Commanders know that you're going to have to beat us other ways. So it's a pretty bold prediction, I'd say, because I think they are going to see a lot of heavy boxes, obviously, and probably some, like wide side of the field stunts and maybe even blitzes, some A and B gap stuff, because it seems like a lot of the big plays that he breaks is like, inside runs where they and that goes back to their line play as well. Get in the right angle, there's a hole, and he's gone. So yeah, I could see some Mike blitzes and some inside blitzes to the A and B gaps.
Did you see the video of him, like the lip reader thing before he broke off the touchdown? Where he looked at Jalen Hurts and he said, "Watch this." And that's when he broke off like the 60-yarder.
Oh, I did see that.
The late one, like when it was snowing. Like he looked
Yeah.
right at him, smiled, and said, "Watch this." And then that happened.
Yeah.
Incredible. He's unbelievable. He's a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah.
You
I would
see,
take
you see
watching him
the
score 3 touchdowns today.
like the Hard Knocks before the season, that Giants dude, the GM all kicked back, all cool. Yeah, but is he good anymore, man? Is he even good anymore? That's got to be some kind of meme they've put on everything, man. Douchebag.
I mean, even a casual fan, when he is healthy, even not a great line, that dude is unbelievable. And to be a
yeah.
GM and so out of touch to let a talent like that go.
Just a moron.
Pick Daniel Jones over it
Yeah.
on top of all that.
Paid Daniel Jones $1 billion and gave him wouldn't sign Saquon. Okay, that's fun.
I don't know how much money they get for participating in Hard Knocks, and as a fan, hey, I'm here for it. But I don't.
Yeah.
If I was a team, I would never want that in my building.
Not a chance, pal.
That's good. Every time you talk about Saquon, that clip is going to come up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I heard the Eagles aren't even interested. It goes in the owner is like, if he goes to the Eagles, we're gonna have a problem.
Yeah. Good Lord.
Yeah, he's one of the best we've seen in our lifetime, probably, especially like physical specimen. He's almost like Bo Jackson-esque. He's so big, but still so fast. I mean, Derrick Henry too, I guess.
Derrick
But I don't
Henry,
know the agility that Saquon still has. I mean, we saw the play of a lifetime this year with the backwards hurdle.
Yeah.
Man, he's unbelievable.
Yeah, the running back's still important apparently.
Yeah, this was like the year
Per-
of the running back being back.
Pretty good idea to have a good running back.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry's led some teams, those Titans teams, by himself
Yeah.
basically for years, and putting him on the Ravens was a cheat code. Don't
So
sleep on, man. He's had a 2,000-yard season and a 1,900-yard season. He had another season where he had 1,000 yards in like 8 games, and he got hurt. Like that dude, don't sleep on him as one of the greatest ever.
who's better?
Saquon or Derrick Henry?
And maybe you say in their prime because Henry's a little bit older.
Yeah,
In their
man.
prime, who's better?
And they're both
My
really good.
God. Man, this year from Saquon is unfucking real, honestly.
I'm trying to think of situations because they really don't throw to Derrick Henry at all.
Right.
But he's
yeah,
probably
Saquon
better.
gives you.
Is he a better goal line option than Saquon? I mean, they're both huge.
Yeah,
Saquon can jump over the top. You've seen that sometimes.
you probably have to go Saquon
that's-
as much as I love Henry.
That's tough.
If it's goal line, I'm taking Henry for sure.
Yeah. If you see him next to another human being, like another man, I see it. I'm like, if that's a man, I'm not one because I don't know. I ain't that. Whatever that is,
He's like
I'm
a
not
D
that.
lineman. So,
Well,
Yeah.
the Mark Ingram picture when Henry was at Alabama, do you remember that? Or it's like
Yes.
it's like this.
Yeah, that's like the Aaron Judge and Jose Altuve at second base
Yeah.
picture.
It looks fake. Doesn't even
Yeah.
look real.
Yeah.
And I don't know. That's a pretty tough question. I would maybe lean Henry, but we've seen more of Henry too.
Yeah.
But sure, Saquon. That backwards hurdle, I've said this maybe online or somewhere before, as I've been in and around football, watched football, been a fan, just like you guys, all my life. Never have I, even some of those, crazy catches that we've seen, I've never seen anything like that. And when I saw it, I thought it was fake.
Yeah.
I thought it was like AI or somebody
AI.
clipped it.
He had 6 fingers. Yeah.
Never, not only hurdling somebody like that, which is ends up on ESPN, but backwards.
And
Yeah.
while still moving forwards while he was backwards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was still, his momentum was still carrying him. Yeah.
I've never.
He's lucky
seen
somebody
anything
wasn't
like
there to
that.
plug him in the spine when he did that, when he hit the ground.
I wonder if he thought it, if it was instinctual. Maybe he's talked about it. I haven't seen it. I wonder if it was instinctual or if he's thought, one of these days I'm going to try to rip off and do a spin move and backwards hurdle somebody. Like, I
That's
wonder
the
if
most
it was premeditated at all.
Most amazing play I've ever seen on a football field.
Yeah.
Yeah. Delta, the two most, well, no, they're both, I was thinking Giants. That Odell Beckham catch was just stupid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've had a couple in college too. There's been some really crazy catches this year
Yeah.
that sort of rival that.
Yeah.
But as far as that backward hurdle, I've never seen anything like that on a field. I mean, just the hurdle itself would have been super
Would've been
highlight.
fine. Yeah.
We're gonna watch that. They're gonna be playing that clip 100 years from now. Like, look what happened.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I've got one more bold prediction. And it's pretty wild. Commanders Eagles will go under 35 total points.
Ooh,
No,
Under 35.
that's a bold one.
The Eagles are going to have problems passing the ball, is where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
Eagles will have trouble passing the ball, run heavy, chew clock. And I think the Eagles defense will keep up well enough to force some 3-and-outs, some field goals, stuff like that. So I'll take under 35. I know that puts it at like what's the max? 20 to 15. So if you have like a 20 to 14 game, 21-10, something like that. And that's a full 11 and a half points under what the total's at right now. But it was bold, right?
the Commanders are gonna need to score.
Yeah. We'll see.
That's bold. I would say that's bold.
Super bold.
I understand the reasoning behind it, especially if they do have success. If the Commanders have success against the run, even if they keep it sort of manageable, you know what I mean? Like really loading the box and making them do things outside. Maybe they go to Goddard and maybe AJ Brown actually gets a pass or something. Man, it's gonna be tough. They're gonna have to score.
Well, like Chuck said earlier, I think Philly's defense is the best thing they have going for them in this game, besides Saquon, I guess. But I think it's all about that defense. But Jaden's
They're gonna have
cool,
their hands
so we'll see. Is
They have their hands full with Daniels, man. It's hard to defend quarterbacks like that.
that it? Is that all the bold predictions? Chad,
That's
you got
it.
another one? No?
I don't have another one.
Okay.
I mean, I would say I think that I don't know what my deal is with tight ends right now, but I'll just say Dalton Kincaid 60 yards and a touchdown. I have a feeling he's going to score.
Mm.
That's just Philly or Kansas City has a little bit of trouble with tight ends too. It's just fantasy perspective.
Kincaid.
But yeah.
Trying
That's
to
all
think
I got.
about those
Go Bills.
backs.
In this. So are there a lot of Chiefs fans? Now, obviously, I'm in Wisconsin. You guys are there in Southeast Missouri. Is there a lot of Chiefs fans going
Yep.
crazy? Like, are they still excited about all this?
Oh yeah.
There's quite a bit of people have converted to just being Chiefs fans around there, right?
Oh yeah.
Like in the St. Louis area, Farmington.
Yeah, everywhere around here. Well, it's basically the people that used to like the Patriots. Now they like the Chiefs.
They also like the Yankees.
Yeah, and in the 90s, they like the Cowboys. You know, those guys.
Yeah.
They still love the Bulls because they don't watch basketball, so they still think the Bulls are the best team ever.
I wish the Bulls were good again.
Yeah.
They haven't
I
been
love-
for a long time.
Sports is better when good teams are good, like when historic teams are good.
Yeah.
Like I like that Notre Dame's good. Ohio State, but yeah.
Bulls retiring Derrick Rose's number.
Nice.
1 year will get you that, huh?
That
That's pretty
MVP.
sweet.
That's
You win MVP, apparently.
Okay.
that's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Okay.
He is one of the most unfortunate injured athletes ever,
Oh, yeah.
probably.
So that's what some people were saying is like they're retiring this number on like what could have been,
What could have been.
Right.
Yeah.
except rather than what was.
Okay. So when
I
are we
just-
having when are the Cardinals putting Oscar Tavares in the Ring of Fame or whatever?
Oh, canceled.
Too soon?
It's been like a decade, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit of a stretch. Big old ceremony for Derrick Rose.
Yeah, I don't know
Dude,
about
he was
that.
awesome at Memphis. Remember how good that Memphis team was? That 1 year. Man, they were really good because I think Calipari was there.
Jeez.
He's really good in college. Yeah,
that's a stretch.
I hope the Magic is retired. Scott
Especially
Skiles'
when-
numbers, he had the most assists ever in one game.
And especially when you got to hang his jersey next to the other ones that are already up there.
Yeah, maybe
Rose
it's
is gonna be
different.
hanging with Michael Jordan.
Yeah, maybe it's different if it's a different team that hasn't had a lot of success or even players, but that's a stretch, man.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Hell,
For a-
Joakim Noah probably deserves to be out there before he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, he balled.
Another really-
He was balling.
He's
Another
a really,
really
good player
good
for a long time.
college player.
All right, boys. Well, here's not a stretch. Is I'm gonna eat a bunch of food. I'm gonna be in my recliner. I'm gonna get that nice. What did Homer Simpson talking about in his recliner? You get that little butt crease action
Oh,
going
yeah.
on.
Get in your divot. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
get a little
Your
divot
ass groove.
going.
It's your ass groove.
It's my favorite day of the year as an NFL fan.
Me too.
And, I'm gonna enjoy the heck out of it. What do you guys? What's the plan there? You got
Same
chili going,
thing.
Mike?
Same thing. Food and football. Breaking it down.
You
Yep.
staying home?
Yep. Yeah. Well, I'm having company, just a couple people. Nothing major. It'll still be quiet enough to, bitch about everything.
What's your favorite way to watch football?
What do you mean? Like on a
Like-
television compared to?
Well, like people
Oh, like-
around. Like there's a lot of people there watching with you. Me and my oldest, we tend to like it solo. Like we get focused in, like locked in.
That's how
Yeah.
I am. I like me and the old lady, man. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Unless it's like
Yeah.
a Super Bowl that I super don't care about. Like if it's a Chiefs Commander, well, no, I want Jaden to win and in the dynasty. But you know what I mean? Like a Super Bowl you don't care about. I'm cool with a
Yeah.
puppy with a big
Yeah.
spread and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Same.
Concentrating on
Yeah, like the Bengals Rams won a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Nobody cared about.
Well, you
Well-
hate the Rams, don't you? Do you hate
I
the
do.
Rams?
I hate Stan Kroenke with a red hot passion.
Yeah.
They're losing. I bet Stafford retires. So they're going to go to belly up.
What would be the craziest storyline coming out of today and into Super Bowl?
Coming out of today. Oh, if Jaden Daniels wins, if he wins and
Or if
dominates,
Josh wins,
yeah, true.
because the Bills will be not only end all that, they set up the next narrative, which is they can't ever win a Super Bowl. So
Right? Yeah,
then you
true.
start that.
That's very true. Yeah. If he can slay the beast here, man, that's big.
There's a bunch though, because if Mahomes wins, no team has ever three-peated, and that's a big deal. So there's all kinds
Oh
of good
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot on the line. I mean, other than the obvious, but there's a lot on the line as far as the Bills go for sure. Chiefs, 3, yeah.
Yeah.
Bills, Chiefs. Maybe we'll get overtime. Do you guys know the overtime rule
No.
for the playoffs?
No. That was the worst moment of my life. That when they went to overtime last time. Oh my God. I was so upset.
So what are the overtime rules right now? Each team possesses the ball unless the team that scores
Yeah.
first scores
Each
a
team
touchdown.
possesses. Yeah.
Is that still it?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was, right?
Yeah. No, that's not what it was then.
See, we don't even know. Chad, do you know?
I don't have not a clue.
I know.
Last time
I know it's different from the regular season. Well,
that
obviously, you
game
can't talk.
that game changed the rules of the overtime because they were going back and forth, back and forth, and then the Chiefs won the toss and went right down and scored, and the game was over. Bills didn't even touch the ball. That changed football. That game.
Each team will have a possession, but the game does not automatically end if the first team scores a touchdown. So that's what they changed.
Oh,
15 minutes. Duh. Yeah, I don't know really where it goes after that. This is a crappy article. Sorry. But if that could not happen, that'd be great.
yeah,
I'm all about free football, but not when it ends that way.
yeah.
We lost Chad.
All right. Well, here we are. Did he say bye? Or are we just talking to each other?
I don't know. I was looking at my phone, so I didn't even see him get up.
Oh, I see. He's gone. Gotcha.
So this Sunday's better than the Super Bowl, isn't it?
Oh, I think so. I absolutely think so.
Super Bowl has so much build up and stuff. Like you almost get fatigued by the time kickoff happens.
Yeah, and it's 2 weeks
You know what
from
I mean?
now. You kind of lose momentum a little bit. I don't give a shit about those days where they're doing press conferences. I don't care about that crap.
Yeah. Except
It
for the
should be-
Marshawn Lynch thing.
Yeah,
That's the only good thing that ever came out of Media Week.
absolutely. Yeah. No.
I had to pee.
Oh, gotcha.
Chuck, I know you're a fan. Kendrick Lamar, Super Bowl.
I love it. Finally, they'll put somebody in the Super Bowl that like real fans want to listen to. It's not Katy Perry or something. I don't understand that at all.
You don't? I do.
I mean, I guess real football fans are gonna watch either way.
Yeah.
It'll never be Prince.
No, nothing ever beats Prince.
We were at Wax when I just have vivid memory of that. Remember, he used to always have Super Bowl parties. Wax.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Maybe he still does. I don't know. But the Prince one, we all like stayed and watched and we were like, holy shit.
Yeah, the best ever.
Prince, that's the best one. Yeah.
That's when it started raining during Purple Rain. I mean, get the fuck out! Come on, man.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
many
the
music
Which Super
there.
Bowl was that? Was that the Peyton Manning, the Miami one where he beat the Bears?
I don't remember.
You mentioned rain. That's the only like rainy Super Bowl I can remember in recent memory.
I don't remember.
Yeah, the music gods were like, here you go. Here's some
Yeah.
rain for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my favorite for sure. I am pretty pumped about this Kendrick Lamar thing. I'm a big fan. I'm actually kind of surprised by it too, because it isn't Taylor Swift or somebody like that.
There'll be
Which
some guest appearances, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
He knows a lot of people.
Yeah.
a few years ago they had the Eminem, Dr. Dre, Snoop,
That was pretty
50
cool.
Cent. A lot of people were excited about that. Who was last year? I can't even remember.
I don't
Oh, it
know.
was like wasn't it like Bruno Mars and somebody or something like that?
Or Rihanna.
Rihanna. That might have been
Yeah,
it.
Rihanna. It's definitely Rihanna. Yep.
Okay.
That was Bruno Mars was a couple years ago, I think.
Oh.
And then what's her face? Killed it that one year.
Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
I liked hers a lot.
Yeah.
Remember, she started the thing, didn't she? Like, she was on top of the stadium, or maybe
Yeah,
that
she was like sitting on the edge
pre-recorded.
rim of the stadium.
Remember the Michael Jackson one from when we were kids? Dude,
Yeah.
that one was good.
A lot of people say that was the best one.
It's up there. Nothing to be friends, though.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm excited about it. I love Kendrick Lamar. Is he the greatest rapper alive right now?
Oh, by a million. Like, I think he's on a different level. Like, there's him, and then there's nothing, and then there's everybody else. Then you can start to rank them from there.
You a fan, Micah?
Yeah. I don't think he's better than Eminem.
He a fan. He a
So
fan.
it's so different, I guess, though, too. It's almost hard to compare.
All right, boys.
Sounds good.
Nice little
Football.
chat.
Football.
Let's go. Go Bills. Go Bills Mafia.
There is a poll up on the barn. If you're watching this, head over to the barn, pick your Super Bowl winners or Super Bowl attendees, I guess. Put a poll up to see who everybody thought was going to the Super Bowl. So be good to hear from everybody on that.
Quick shout out, Jeremy Sutton, Matt Moses, Amish, Kenny Pakula, Timothy Hedrick, Chad Smith, Zach Weiss. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching.
Your sister was in there somewhere. Too,
Yeah, Sonia.
she's a Chiefs fan, right?
She likes the Chiefs. Yep.
She'll be pulling for the Chiefs. Yeah, good talking with you guys.
All right.
Yeah, buddy. Good seeing you
Take
guys,
care.
man.